Manchester United may have strengthened up front this summer, but due to injuries, Erik ten Hag is facing the prospect of a repeat of what transpired last season. Rasmus Højlund was the only fit striker available to the manager, with Anthony Martial perennially injured, while Marcus Rashford struggled for form and created unnecessary headlines off the pitch. The Mancunian remains at the club, but he has time and again made it clear that he prefers the left wing, and the Denmark international's injury saw the Dutch boss turn to him against Manchester City in the Community Shield. However, the academy graduate fluffed his lines and ended up squandering quite a few presentable chances. It is clear that the team needs new signing Joshua Zirkzee to fire from the start, or they might need to dip into the market again. Rashford's future. Ten Hag will have learnt his lesson, and he does not want to be over-dependent on the Netherlands international, and there have been murmurs of a move for Ivan Toney, Evan Ferguson and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. All three are expected to cost a major sum, and that is something Ineos cannot afford, having already brought in 4 players. Player sales will be necessary, and Fischajes have revealed that Rashford might be the one to be let go. Paris Saint-Germain failed to land the England international, but Saudi Pro League clubs are open to paying as much as €100 million for his services. The report claimed that United will accept should such a bid arrive, considering his disappointing display last time out, and it would also help Ineos strengthen in multiple areas of the pitch. Marcus Rashford, one of Manchester United's greatest stars, could be living his final days at Old Trafford. Despite having had a brilliant season in 22/23, his performances in the last campaign were not as consistent. This drop in form has generated speculation about a possible exit, especially given the interest of clubs in Saudi Arabia who would be willing to pay close to €100 million for his signing. Saudi offer. Manchester United, aware of Rashford's market value, could seriously consider the offer. This amount would allow the team to strengthen in other key areas and at the same time, give Rashford the opportunity to embark on a new adventure. Whether the Englishman will accept is another thing altogether. He is desperate to prove his worth to the new co-owners, and the club still regard him as a symbol of what the club stands for. Rashford is 26 and should be entering the peak of his career. He needs to dial down and shed this inconsistent tag from his game instead of thinking about the riches of the Middle East. As for United, Jadon Sancho seems to be the forward heading out of the club at the moment, which is expected to fund the approach for Manuel Ugarte. According to Sport via Sport Witness, Manchester United will spare no effort to sign Barcelona midfielder Frenkie de Jong before the transfer window closes on August 30th. The Red Devils have had an impressive transfer window, and they have already recruited Joshua Zirkzee, Lenny Yoro, Matthijs de Ligt and Noussair Mazraoui. A marquee midfielder is the next priority for Man United, and Sport claim that the club are determined to land the signature of de Jong from Barcelona. The same outlet add that Barcelona are willing to sanction his sale for around £51 million, but don't mention whether he would consider the transfer. It is suggested that the signing of the Dutchman would be the icing on the cake for the Red Devils. Unlikely deal. De Jong has been linked with the Red Devils for the best part of 2 years. He was heavily linked with a move to Old Trafford during the summer of 2022. A verbal agreement was reached between the clubs, but de Jong did not want to join United despite the chance to reunite with former Ajax manager Erik ten Hag. United are reportedly considering a renewed approach for the Dutchman, but the chances are less that the move will go through. De Jong has not played a competitive game since April after picking up an ankle injury. The world-class star has not reported for any form of training with the Blaugrana and is presently out for an undefined period. It does not make sense for United to spend £51 million on a player who is on the sidelines. The club needs someone who can make an instant impact on the proceedings in the new season. On top of this, he earns a staggering salary of £316,000 per week, and he could demand a pay rise if he were to leave the Catalan Giants. United would be better off focusing on Manuel Ugarte, who has been on their radar for a while. Paris Saint-Germain are holding out for £60 million for the 23-year-old, but they could provide a discount, having recruited João Neves from Benfica for the number 6 role. The Red Devils should pursue his signature instead of spending big on an injured de Jong.